Welcome to our channel with new interesting episode. There is a bird known as the cassowary, and even though it might look calm and peaceful, it's actually considered the most dangerous bird in the world. You might see it standing still, maybe looking quiet or relaxed, but don't let that fool you. This bird can be deadly. While many people think of birds as beautiful creatures that sing from tree branches and brighten the day with their colors and songs, some birds are not so friendly. Some of them are actually hunters that are very quiet, some are like fighters covered in feathers, and others are just fearless and dangerous. Whether you're walking in the jungle or just spending time in your backyard, there are birds out there that are capable of seriously hurting people. Some of these birds are so dangerous that a single mistake around them could cost someone their life. One of these powerful birds is the emu, which lives in Australia. It cannot fly, but it is incredibly strong. The emu is one of the largest birds in the world, second only to the ostrich. It can grow as tall as a grown man, reaching about 6 feet, and can weigh as much as 130 pounds. Its long legs look like something from the age of dinosaurs, and those legs are not just for walking. They are strong and can move very fast. An emu can run up to 30 miles per hour, and each step it takes can cover as much as 9 feet. These birds are built for speed, but they're also capable fighters when they feel threatened. On each of their feet, they have 3 toes, and one of those toes has a claw that can grow up to 6 inches long. With those legs and claws, an emu can kick hard enough to break bones, tear through fences, and even kill a person. In fact, during World War II, the Australian military tried to deal with a large group of emus that were damaging crops. They used machine guns to fight them, but the emus managed to escape and survive. It was almost like the birds had won a battle against soldiers. So, if you ever see an emu while traveling in the Australian wilderness, it's best to stay far away. Another bird that might look calm but can be dangerous is the mute swan. These swans are often seen gliding across peaceful lakes, looking beautiful and graceful. But behind their white feathers and calm appearance, they can be very aggressive. They were first brought to the United States in the 1800s by rich landowners who wanted them for decoration. Mute swans are among the heaviest birds that can fly, and a male swan can weigh up to 30 pounds with wings that stretch 8 feet wide. What makes them dangerous is how they behave, especially during nesting season. They become extremely territorial and will attack anything they see as a threat. They've been known to tip over kayaks, knock people into the water, and chase them away by hitting them with powerful wing strikes. These hits can break bones. In one very sad case, a man in a kayak was attacked by a swan and drowned before help could get to him. Mute swans can even go after large dogs, showing just how bold and violent they can be. They're also a big problem for the environment. Since they were brought from Europe, they have started to push out other native birds, destroy important wetlands, and even kill other birds. If too many of them gather in one place, like lakes in upstate New York, they could cause serious problems. So the next time you see a mute swan, remember it might not be as gentle as it looks. Another very dangerous bird is the southern cassowary. This bird lives in the thick forests of Australia and New Guinea. It looks like something that stepped out of prehistoric times. It has sharp eyes, strong legs, and claws that can rip flesh. It's often called the most dangerous bird in the world. It stands about 6 feet tall and weighs around 130 pounds. Its legs are muscular, and on each foot, there's a deadly claw that is about 5 inches long. This claw is shaped like a sickle and can easily cut through flesh and break bones. When a cassowary feels threatened, it will not back down. It uses its strong legs to kick with so much force that it can seriously hurt or even kill a person or animal. One well-known case happened in Florida in 2019, when a man who raised cassowaries was killed by one of his birds. The bird kicked him in the neck, cutting important arteries and killing him. The man had raised the bird since it was young, but even that didn't stop the cassowary from attacking when it felt in danger. Even though they are very dangerous, cassowaries don't go looking for fights. They are usually shy and prefer to stay hidden, but if they feel trapped, they will defend themselves with everything they've got. Then there's the harpy eagle, a bird found in the forests of Central and South America. It flies through the trees, quietly searching for food. This bird is huge and powerful. It has a body length of about 3.5 feet, wings that stretch over 7 feet, and it can weigh up to 20 pounds. But the thing that really makes it special is its strength. Its feet are massive, and each one has talons that are about 5 inches long. These talons can grab things with more than 500 pounds of pressure, strong enough to crush bones. That's about as strong as the bite of a big dog. This allows the harpy eagle to catch and kill animals like monkeys, sloths, and even small deer. It hunts by flying high and using its excellent vision to find prey. Then it dives down at high speed and hits its target with so much power that it often kills instantly. Sometimes, it even breaks necks or crushes skulls. And if a person gets too close to a harpy eagle's nest, they could be attacked too. There have been times when people were seriously hurt after getting too close. These eagles are very protective of their homes and won't hesitate to strike. In the high mountains of Europe, Asia, and Africa, there is another kind of bird that people should be careful around. This bird is called the bearded vulture. It looks amazing, with wings that can stretch up to 9 feet and feathers that can be rusty orange in color. But it eats in a very unusual way. Unlike other vultures that eat meat, the bearded vulture prefers bones. It doesn't just chew them, though. It carries them high into the air and drops them onto rocks to break them open and get to the bone marrow inside. This technique is smart but also dangerous. The bones fall from great heights, sometimes over 10,000 feet in the air, and hit the ground at high speed. Sharp pieces of bone can fly in all directions, which can hurt or even kill animals or people nearby. There have been real cases of people being hit by these falling bones, including hikers and shepherds. Some have gotten head injuries, and in a few rare cases, there were reports of bearded vultures attacking human skulls by mistake, thinking they were bones. It's a reminder that these birds, though fascinating, can be dangerous in unexpected ways. Owls are usually seen as wise or quiet animals, but one kind of owl, called the hoot owl or the barred owl, can be deadly. Found in the forests of the United States and southeastern Canada, these owls are not just quiet, they're also extremely aggressive when protecting their territory. They may not be as big as other birds, with wings that stretch just over 3 feet and a weight of about 1.8 pounds, but they are very skilled hunters. Their feathers are soft, which helps them fly without making a sound. This allows them to sneak up on their prey without being noticed. They have very strong talons that can grip with 500 pounds of pressure, enough to break bones. There have been reports of hoot owls attacking people, especially hikers who get too close to their nesting areas. Some of these attacks have caused serious injuries. In one sad story, a hoot owl was even blamed for a hiker's death. The combination of their silent flight and powerful claws makes them very effective hunters and potential threats to people who get in their way. Another amazing bird that's also quite dangerous is the peregrine falcon. This bird is like a race car in the sky. It's the fastest bird in the world, and maybe even the fastest animal, reaching speeds of up to 186 miles per hour when it dives. Peregrine falcons live almost everywhere except Antarctica and can adapt to many environments, from mountains to cities. They are known to be very territorial and will attack anyone or anything that gets too close to their nests. Their beaks are sharp and hooked, and their claws are deadly. When they hunt, they fly high above and then fold their wings back and dive straight down at their target. The speed and force of the hit are so strong that it can instantly kill a bird that is twice the size of the falcon. Sometimes, the impact is so hard that it even cuts the prey in half. So, even though they are small and beautiful, peregrine falcons are among the most efficient and dangerous hunters in the sky. One bird that behaves like a troublemaker is the herring gull. It's commonly seen on beaches and in cities, and while it might look like a normal seagull, it's actually quite bold and aggressive. In Europe, these birds have adapted to living in cities and have learned how to steal food from people. They have strong wings that can reach 5 feet across and sharp beaks that they use to defend themselves. They've been known to attack people, leaving cuts and bruises. Some people have even gotten black eyes and concussions after being struck by a herring gull. During the breeding season, they get even more aggressive. They will dive bomb anyone they think is a threat to their nest. Sometimes, they even work in pairs, with one gull distracting a person while the other swoops in to steal food. There was even a case where a man had a heart attack and died after being attacked multiple times by a pair of herring gulls. So the next time you're at the beach and see these birds flying overhead, remember that they're not just looking for food, they're watching everything and ready to strike if they feel threatened. And finally, deep in the rainforests of New Guinea lives a bird that looks beautiful but is extremely dangerous in a different way. It's called the pitohui, and what makes it unique is that it's poisonous. Its feathers and skin contain a poison called batrachotoxin, which is the same chemical found in poison dart frogs. This poison is very strong and can harm humans if touched. These birds have bright colors, black, orange, and white, and they sing beautiful songs. But underneath that beauty is a powerful toxin that can cause pain, numbness, or worse. Scientists believe the pitohui gets its poison from the bugs it eats. So if someone were to catch or handle this bird without knowing, they could be seriously hurt. In the deep, lush rainforests of New Guinea lives one of the most surprising and dangerous little birds on the planet. It's called the hooded pitohui. Even though it's quite small, measuring only about 8.5 inches in length and weighing less than 3 ounces, this bird is not to be underestimated. It might look harmless with its bright colors and small size, but it carries a powerful and dangerous secret. When scientists first began studying these birds back in the 1990s, they were shocked by what they found. Just touching the bird's feathers caused burning sensations on their skin, numbness, and even sneezing. The pain and discomfort were intense even though there was no bite or scratch involved. What's even more terrifying is that eating even a tiny bit of the pitohui's flesh can be deadly. It can lead to paralysis, cause your muscles to stop working, and end in a very painful and quick death. What's even more fascinating is that the hooded pitohui doesn't actually make the poison on its own. Instead, it gets it from its diet. This bird mainly feeds on a certain kind of beetle that naturally contains a strong toxin known as batrachotoxin. When the bird eats these beetles, the toxin builds up in its body, especially in its skin and feathers. This makes the bird poisonous to touch or eat. It's as if the pitohui is turning itself into a living poison weapon by simply choosing what to eat. People in New Guinea have known about this for a long time. The local hunters are aware that this bird is dangerous and avoid catching or handling it. So, if you ever find yourself in the middle of a jungle in New Guinea and you see a bright, pretty bird perched on a branch, think twice before reaching out your hand. That little bird could be one of the most poisonous animals you'll ever encounter. Far away from the rainforests of New Guinea, in the vast and sunny land of Australia, there's another bird that's known not for its poison, but for its aggressive behavior. The Australian magpie may look like a regular black and white bird, but during the springtime, it turns into a real threat for people, especially those walking or cycling nearby. Every year, from August to October, magpies become extremely protective of their nesting areas. They feel threatened by anything that comes too close to their nests, including humans. During this time, they often swoop down from the sky at high speed to attack people they think are getting too close. What makes these attacks even more disturbing is that magpies are smart. Very smart. They have the ability to recognize human faces. If someone has disturbed their nest before, the magpie will remember that person and may attack them again, even if a lot of time has passed. This means that if you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time during one spring season, you might find yourself a target for that same magpie in future years. These attacks can be very dangerous. There have been serious injuries caused by these swooping birds, including cuts, concussions, and even damage to people's eyes. In a heartbreaking case, a mother carrying her baby was attacked by a magpie. In the panic, she dropped the child, who sadly did not survive the fall. To try and protect themselves, some people in Australia have come up with creative ways to keep the magpies away. Cyclists have been known to attach plastic cable ties to their helmets, which stick up in different directions to confuse or scare off the birds. Others wear wide hats or strange-looking sunglasses that make it harder for the magpies to focus on their faces. Even though these birds cause fear during swooping season, they're actually very intelligent and social. Magpies are known to live in family groups, cooperate with one another, and even work together to raise their young. Their ability to remember faces and their strong family bonds show just how smart and organized they are. But that intelligence also makes their attacks more personal and frightening. Now, let's travel to the deep forests of sub-Saharan Africa, where one of the most powerful and feared birds soars through the sky. This is the crowned eagle, often called the leopard of the skies because of its deadly hunting skills and raw strength. With a wingspan that can stretch up to 6 feet and a body weighing up to 11 pounds, the crowned eagle is no ordinary bird. It is a skilled and brutal hunter that can catch animals much bigger than itself, including small antelopes and monkeys. In some very rare and sad cases, it has even been known to attack young human children. What makes this eagle especially dangerous are its feet and claws. The crowned eagle has strong legs and long talons that can grow more than 3 inches long. These talons can squeeze with a force of over 700 pounds per square inch, strong enough to crush bones. When this bird hunts, it doesn't just grab its prey, it often kills with a single blow to the skull or spine, ending the life of its victim quickly and with frightening precision. But it's not just the strength that makes the crowned eagle dangerous, it's also its stealth. These birds are masters of hiding. They use the thick forest leaves to stay out of sight until they are ready to strike, launching surprise attacks that often leave their prey with no time to react. Back in 1924, the body of a 3-year-old child was found in South Africa. The injuries showed clear signs that a crowned eagle had attacked. Though such cases are very rare, they show just how powerful and potentially dangerous these birds can be. Even though crowned eagles are beautiful and important parts of the ecosystem, helping to keep the population of other animals in balance, they are still wild predators. Their strength and sharp instincts make them one of the most powerful birds in the world. Next, let's look at a bird that you might not expect to be deadly just by its looks. The ostrich, the biggest bird on Earth, lives across the savannas of Africa. It doesn't fly, but it's incredibly fast and incredibly strong. An adult ostrich can grow up to 9 feet tall and weigh around 350 pounds, making it taller and heavier than most people. It might look awkward at first, but this bird is built for speed and power. It can run at speeds of up to 43 miles per hour, which is faster than cars driving in many neighborhoods. But what's really frightening about ostriches isn't just their size or speed, it's their kick. When they feel threatened, ostriches defend themselves with their powerful legs. Each leg has a huge claw about 4 inches long, and a single kick from an ostrich can be deadly. Their kick can deliver more than 2,000 pounds of force per square inch. That's strong enough to kill a lion or a human. There have been several sad incidents where people have died because of a single well-placed kick from an ostrich. One farmer in South Africa was feeding his ostrich when he accidentally startled it. The bird kicked him so hard that it tore open his body and caused fatal injuries. Even though they have such deadly power, ostriches are not normally aggressive. They usually eat plants like leaves, roots, and seeds. But during mating season or when they're protecting their nests, they can become highly territorial. If someone gets too close, the ostrich won't hesitate to attack. That's why, if you ever find yourself near an ostrich in the wild, it's smart to keep your distance and not do anything that could make it feel threatened. As night falls across the forests of North America, another kind of predator comes to life. This is the great horned owl, often called the silent assassin of the night. With a wingspan of up to 5 feet and weighing around 5.5 pounds, this owl might not seem very big, but it is incredibly strong and efficient when it hunts. Its feathers are specially designed to allow it to fly in total silence. That means it can swoop down on its prey without making any sound at all. The animals it hunts never hear it coming. The great horned owl's talons are as deadly as its flight is quiet. These sharp claws can crush with a force of over 500 pounds per square inch. That's strong enough to break the back of a rabbit or the skull of a small dog in an instant. Most of the time, this bird hunts small animals like rodents and birds. But it has also been known to attack humans, especially when it's protecting its nest. There have been reports of joggers and hikers being dive-bombed by great horned owls. In one case, a jogger in Oregon was attacked so suddenly and forcefully that the owl tore open his scalp, leaving him confused and bleeding. Another hiker in Kansas had to get stitches after an owl scratched his head and neck deeply. Even though these stories are scary, great horned owls play an important role in the environment. By eating animals that could become pests, they help keep nature in balance. But as humans build more homes and roads in areas where these owls live, the chance of running into one and being attacked increases. Now let's travel to the northern forests and see another fierce bird of prey, the northern goshawk. This bird may not be as well known as the eagle or the owl, but it's just as deadly. It's found in the forests of North America, Europe, and Asia. With a wingspan of up to 4 feet and weighing around 3 pounds, it is a strong and fast hunter. What makes the goshawk special is how fast and fearless it is when it goes after prey. It flies low through the forest, dodging trees and branches at incredible speeds, then strikes suddenly with its talons. The northern goshawk has a reputation for being extremely aggressive. It will chase and attack anything that comes too close to its territory, even humans. In one frightening story from Finland, a man was attacked multiple times by a goshawk while walking in the forest. The bird scratched his face and head so badly that he needed to go to the hospital. While goshawks are not evil or cruel, they are very protective of their nests. As more people build homes and trails near forests, encounters with this fierce bird become more common. Finally, high up in the freezing Arctic tundra, the snowy owl rules the sky. With its white feathers and piercing yellow eyes, it almost looks like a ghost gliding silently across the snow. It is the heaviest owl in North America and one of the strongest. With a wingspan of almost 5 feet and weighing around 6.5 pounds, it is built to survive the cold and hunt successfully in the snowy wilderness. Snowy owls are amazing hunters. Their white feathers make them almost invisible in the snow, and they can fly without making a sound. This allows them to sneak up on animals like lemmings, rabbits, and even small foxes. Their talons are incredibly sharp and strong. When they grab a prey animal, the force is enough to crush bones or tear through thick fur easily. Even though they usually stay far away from people, snowy owls will sometimes attack humans if they feel their nest is being threatened. One scientist studying owls in the Arctic was dive-bombed by a snowy owl. The bird's talons tore through her coat and left deep cuts on her head and face. She needed medical help after the attack. Despite their power, snowy owls are very important to the Arctic ecosystem. They help keep the number of small animals under control, which protects the delicate plant life of the tundra. But climate change is making life harder for snowy owls by changing the environment they depend on. As the Arctic gets warmer, these beautiful and powerful birds are facing more and more challenges to survive. Thanks for watching. Keep it and stay tuned. Like and subscribe our channel. Have a nice day.